What's up everyone, it's Adam from Lifeguarding. Came back with a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips to help improve your lifeguarding. I don't care if you are a beginner lifeguard, like this is your first summer, or if you're someone who's guarded for a couple years or maybe even 5+ years. This video is gonna provide some great tips, some great information to help you improve. Now, before I dive into this, if you guys are new to the channel, I make a bunch of lifeguard content about how to pass the course, the swimming pre-test at the beginning of the course, the written test at the end, basically everything you need to know to be a successful lifeguard. So definitely consider subscribing and liking the video, show your support. Now, tip number one way that you can improve your lifeguarding is to reposition and change your angles often. Now, obviously this depends on the situation. For example, if you're lifeguarding a beach and you're covering a very pivotal line of sight, let's say you're on like an elevated stand, then you shouldn't be moving around often and repositioning because you're responsible for a very important area. However, if you're in total coverage and you're lifeguarding a pool, it's great to reposition and kind of go with the volume of the swimmers. For example, if you're the only lifeguard and you're guarding kind of a square rectangular pool and a lot of the swimmers are in the shallow end, so like 3 to 4 feet, you shouldn't be standing all the way in the deep end by the diving board. You should be kind of repositioning and moving your way so that you're kind of towards the shallow end. Maybe you can do like a quick back and forth if there's a couple people in the deep end. So kind of roam around, feel out the space, pay attention to blind spots, check the volume of the pool, and this will help you be engaged, especially if you're someone who zones out often and likes to daydream. This will help you stay engaged and it'll help you check all the lines of sight so you can keep everyone safe. Now, number 2, this kind of builds off of this, but it's a really cool tip. And the tip is to remember and learn people's names. This is great for country clubs, summer camps, public pools, because you're gonna see the same swimmers quite often because they'll have like a membership and they'll go a couple days a week. So once you learn people's names and you need to get people's attention, it's a lot easier than saying buddy or sweetie, or maybe it's something that's not that severe and you don't really want to blow the whistle to stop everything. You can just say like, hey Matt, hey Claire, and they'll respond to you and they'll look at you and you'll be able to enforce rules. And also if they're near someone who, let's say, is doing underwater breath holding and you want to get their attention, you can say, hey Matt, can you tap this person on the shoulder? And you'll go over and tap the person beneath the water to make sure he or she is okay. So just learning people's names, building some connections, and being able to pinpoint what's going on in the pool, it'll help you enforce rules and it'll make your life easier. Now, number 3 is to learn how every single piece of equipment works. Now, I'm not talking about the rescue tube and the AED and the first aid kit. I'm talking about checking chlorine. There's gonna be times where you're guarding a pool and you'll probably smell like a very potent smell of chlorine, and you wanna be able to check that and see if the pH levels are too high or too low, or if they're not enough, stuff like that. So being able to check chlorine on the fly, being familiar with how things work, being able to look at the filters, being able to have access to all different types of equipment is really good to help familiarize yourself with your workspace. And it just puts you ahead of all the other lifeguards who don't know how to check chlorine. Well, they'll look to you, and this is kind of like a leadership opportunity to be able to teach lifeguards beneath you how to do things. So if they're gonna make a promotion to like a head lifeguard or a supervisor, you're gonna be first in line because you know how things work. Now, bonus tip, when you see things happening when you're guarding, you wanna kind of have an order of operations in your mind. So if someone's like splashing someone in the face who's telling them to stop versus someone who's like climbing on top of the fence and trying to make a jump, you wanna know that, okay, I should stop the kid from climbing before I stop the kid who's splashing the person who's saying stop. You wanna rank things that you're seeing by most hazardous, and you gotta make sure you're diffusing the ones that have the most risk. So it's kind of like the same thing when you're providing rescues in the water. You need to rescue the person who has no pulse, has no breathing, is a passive victim, before you help the victim who's splashing around and is active. So just make sure you have that ranking system in your mind in case things happen simultaneously. You'll know which ones require the most importance and the most immediate attention. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Peace out.